My dear friends, welcome back to Spice. In this session, we'll focus on network segmentation. So this video is more of a outline to understand what is a network segmentation, why segmentation is done, how we are doing this segmentation. Okay. So this is very much related to IEC 62443 part 3 section 3. Okay. So again, I suggest not to ignore this video. This is very important, and in fact, it's extension of the previous sessions, whatever we have covered on defense in depth strategy, right? So this is an extension of the one of the cybersecurity concepts, right? Let's go into the intro part. What is network segmentation? Network segmentation is a practice of dividing the computer network into smaller isolated segment or subnet. What for? To improve the security, performance, and manageability. So if you look at this picture, this is a typical example of network segmentation. As you can see here, the network is segregated into guest network, secure network, IoT devices, and corporate network. So this is how we do the network segmentation. So it's a practice of dividing the network into smaller isolated segment to improve the security, performance, and manageability. I hope you are clear with this. Okay. Now we will focus why segment a network, why segmentation is needed. Of course, security, it limits the spread of malware or unauthorized access. If one segment is compromised, others remains protected. Then the second aspect is performance. It reduces the congestion by limiting the broadcast traffic to smaller areas. Okay. Then compliance. It helps to meet regulatory requirements by isolating the sensitive data. So here when we talk about regulatory requirement, there are two requirements I listed here. Of course, we are not going to talk in detail on this, but we'll touch upon what is this PCI DSS. PCI DSS is nothing but Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard. It is a set of security standards designed to protect cardholder data. Okay, so that's meaning of it. And we have a HIPAA. So HIPAA is nothing but the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. It governs the protection of electronic protected health information. Okay. So these are the two standards basically, which talks about the compliance actually and access control. It allows different policies for different departments or user group. Okay. So we can have a different policy for different department and different user group. So that is the point why this segment is needed for a network. Right. Now we go into types of network segmentation. See, there are four types in fact: physical, logical, firewall, micro. So physical, we use a separate hardware, switches, routers for each segment. So like what we discussed earlier, right? Router here, right? Using the router, they do the segmentation. So that is about the physical segmentation. Then logical segmentation. This uses a virtual LAN to separate traffic on the same physical network. Then firewall based, it uses firewalls to control the traffic between segments. Then micro segmentation. I will also show you the figure in the next slide actually, how the firewall is connected. And micro segmentation. This is a granular segmentation at the workload or application level, often used in the data centers. This may not be applicable for our purpose, but it's used in data server. So the point is physical, logical, firewall based, friends. Okay, this is about the type of network segmentation. Now we go into the use cases. Where and all we use finance department, isolated from general office, finance department isolated from general office network, IoT devices segmented from corporate network. Okay, then guest Wi-Fi separated from internal resources. All these are the typical use cases, network segmentation. Now we see the best practice. This is what I told you. See, this is your management, this is your human resource, this is your finance. See how it is all connected. Perimeter firewall, inside firewall. This is how they do actually. One of the way of doing the segmentation. So use VLANs for logical separation. Implement firewall like this between the systems. and monitor the inter-segment traffic for anomalies. And of course, apply zero trust principle. Zero trust principle, I'm not sure whether you are aware. See, zero trust principle in network segmentation is a modern cybersecurity approach that assumes no user or device inside or outside the network should be trusted by default. So it's especially relevant in environments governed by standards like what I highlighted, like PCI DSS and HIPAA, right? So where protecting sensitive data is critical. So zero trust is based on this idea, like never trust, always verify. So that is the modern cyber security approach, friends. So these are the best practices basically. I just want to give. Uh, there are many more actually on zero trust. I don't know whether it is useful, but never mind. Um, okay, we say zero trust is never trust, always verify. Basically, it continuously verify the user identity, device health, access permission, and network behavior. So with respect to the network segmentation under zero trust is not just about dividing the network. It's about enforcing strict access control. So that is the point between segments. Okay, enforcing strict access control. That is the zero trust. See, as I said earlier, this micro segmentation, right? It breaks the network into small isolated zone, limits the lateral movement of threat, applies granular policies to each segment, and also leaves privilege access. Users and systems get only access they need. Okay. So access is context aware, meaning based on location, device, and time. And also continuous monitoring and verification, real-time inspection of traffic between the segments. It will keep on, inspect actually, right? And yeah, these are the things, friends, I just want to put forth as part of what do you call network segmentation. So thanks for your support. Continue to support, friends. Your support is very much needed. And next, we will talk about the zones and conduit. Stay tuned. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.